If you saw the previous parts, the sort of part 0 and 0.5 that I uploaded, you know that I had a lot of issues actually getting all the mods working together, as you tend to do when you have a bunch of mods in a game. And it took a little bit of troubleshooting, but I finally got it sorted. The stuttering I was having was actually caused by Zombieland. It was the, I don't know. I don't know what it was about that was doing it, but the stuttering only occurred when colonists were either alive or downed. When colonists were dead, there was no problem. When there were raiders, there was no problem. Animals, no problem. Just specifically live or downed colonists. So I don't know. Zombieland's gone. The Nature's Pretty Sweet mod, I had to take off Tiberium Rim, and as such, also Tiberium Rim factions, so those are no longer on. But Nature's Pretty Sweet seems to be working okay. Also had to take off Map Reroll because that wasn't liking it either. And I got a different version of Increased Stack that allows me to actually change stack sizes, as well as adding in a bunch of other mods. I will update the description here on out with the new mod list if you're interested. So, without much further ado, we will get going here. I'm still going to go with Crash Landed because it's still kind of a treat for me. I'm used to starting with nothing and like just 1 or 2 colonists, so actually being able to start with like a rifle and a plasteel knife, holy shit, that's it's a treat for me. And a random pet. I'm not too sure on the random pet, but oh well. I'm just afraid that it'll be like a warg or something like that, and I'll have to feed it meat and early hunting and such. Storyteller wise, still going to be going with Phoebe Chillax on probably some challenge. If I need to increase it or change it later on, I will. But as it stands, I'm new to almost all of the mods that I've got on right now, so that'll be most of the challenge right there. And I don't necessarily need raiders hitting me every single day. If you want raiders hitting me every single day, I do have the daily drama series still going on, where I have tornadoes and raids and meteors and all sorts of hell every single day. It is, whoa, that's getting difficult. And our seed, Tara, Pistol, Yulia, I don't know what that is. It sounds like a weird way of saying Julia. And 50%. There are so many volcanic fields. And you know, I played around with volcanic fields a little bit because I used this as the test to see if map generation was working and all that. And there's still one little issue on that note that deals with prepare carefully, I think, but I'll get into that in a minute. Volcanic fields is, it's a real problem because the volcanic pools that are around, you can move through them at I think 0.03% or something like that, like super slow. And you go through it for a bit and then you burst into flames. And then you lose control of the colonists because, you know, they're on fire. But because colonists can move over that, and colonists seem to, I don't know, for whatever reason, love just crawling over rocks and trees and beds and shit to try to get from A to B, they'll just swim through a volcanic field, no problem. Well, no problem. Significant problem. They burst into flames. Animals do it, wildlife does it, colonists do it while just hauling and pathfinding and normal stuff, and yeah, it's a huge annoyance. So I'm gonna go ahead and just avoid that for now. Salt fields. Desert and salt fields sounds like a challenge just in its own, being pretty much unable to grow. So what I'm thinking of doing is either a desert oasis with like large hills or something, or the redwood forest. And I'm kind of leaning toward redwood forest because I think that might be a good, decent starting point, giving me a bunch of wood and such to experiment with some of the mods that I have on. So I'll see what I can find there. Well, there you go. Maybe that'll work. We don't have year-round growing, but that's all right. Coastal, mountainous, redwood forest. We'll do that. And advanced, we'll go with slightly larger, because there is still performance issues on the really big ones, on namely ×3 speed. Times 2 seems mostly okay. Times 1's totally fine. But I don't use times 3 speed very often anyway, so it's not a huge problem. We'll go 325 by 325. That's kind of my standard thing. Faction-wise, anything fancy? There's your hostile tribe. Orion Corps hates the shit out of me. That's a problem. The Haro hates me. There's a medieval warband, Pharaoh clan, a lost platoon, Federation peacekeeper. Man, none of the fancy stuff likes me. That could be an issue. Oh well. Now, this brings us on to the prepare carefully thing. You can already see some of the mods that I've got on. More traits, new traits. I threw both of those on. Those are new. The hated work types thing, I had this on before. Colonists don't refuse to work anymore, they just hate working. If they're assigned to it, they get a negative moodlet. If they're assigned to it for very long, they get sort of a, I don't know, I look at it as just like, you know, they're sort of down in the dumps and they're just like, oh, god damn it, they're not motivated anymore. So they get a little slower, their manipulation's a bit worse. So you really don't want to assign people to stuff that they hate for very long at all. It's just like an emergency type thing. I'd rather it trigger when they're doing the work they hate rather than just being assigned to the work they hate, but I don't know what's possible and what's not. And you can see the psychology mod here doing its thing. We got different faces, shitload of different faces. Like there's a pretty good amount here. I feel like all doesn't actually give me all. All what? Tribal, urban, and punk. But not rural? Because that's a lot of rural. In fact, rural is basically the same as urban. Just with a byte taken out. What the fuck? Oh, I don't know. Okay, moving on. But there's an issue with prepare carefully that's been around for a little while, where if you randomize a bunch of colonists and then you save the colonists, when you try to generate the world, the buttons just won't do anything. It'll just like lock up kind of, and you can go back and then forward again, but then you'll have a world generation problem. You have to go all the way back, which undoes everything. So I've already actually made the colonists that I'm going to use, and they're by no means perfect. Are these the same ones? Your face looks completely different. Looks maybe okay. It gives me a warning because I have too many traits on, but that can be totally ignored, the mod developer says. So we have Hernandez, who is pretty much the, god damn, I don't remember. He's got one of the new traits of coordinated. I made these a couple days ago. He's got the coordinated trait, so he's better at everything. And this is, for the most part, I didn't add anything. I've only used prepare carefully just to save the colonists. So if we die really quickly, then I can just load it up real quick, and still be good. So this is actually just randomized, and I saved it through here. But coordinated is a really good one, because you're better in like every way. It's awesome. But you're also slowpoke. But you're also a haggler, so you get +2 social and plus 20% trade price improvement, which is pretty cool. He's not my main talker. I think that was Olivia. No, she's the builder. Art's slower, construction's higher. She's faster and succeeds more at construction, but her sculpting is terrible. She's a nibbler, so she eats slower. She's an optimist, so she's always got +6. But she's also nervous, so she breaks easier. But she's got a lot of passion. Aita? I don't know. Their names are going to change anyway. Master Trader. Social of 6 interested. +4 social on Master Trader with +40% price improvement. Damn. Teetotaler, Grain Thumb, Industrious, Quick Learner. Now, I don't know what Savant is. I never found that one. But Fast Learner is like +75% or something insane. So if I ever get somebody who's a fast learner, I'm probably going to keep them no matter what and do everything I can. Savant, I can only imagine. That's probably just disgusting. But that is our starting 3. We'll go on with that. Confirm, and it should generate okay. Otherwise, normally it gives you the warning like, hey, are you okay to go? And you say yes, and then nothing happens. Then you back and forward, and then it fails to generate a map. I don't know. It's a weird thing. It's existed for a little while. Make sure everything's Roger Dodger. God damn it, it's a warg. God damn it. I don't want a warg. Did the stack sizes fix? I think I've got it set to ×3. Looks like maybe. Let me check that real quick, actually. That's mod switch. Stack XXL. Yeah, 3 and 5, and everything's just on XL. Okay. Okay. So I will pan around the map, see what we got. Ooh, wow. Okay. I was gonna say, like, geez, are we sandwiched in mountains? Fucking hell. Okay. Yeah. East Coast with wow. This reminds me a lot of those old school Command and Conquer maps, or I guess Warcraft had a few too, where it's just completely vertical. So that's what this reminds me of. We can only be attacked from the south and north. I'm okay with that. Okay, yep, so I'll do my standard intro thing. Assignments and restrictions and naming and all that jazz, so I will see you. Oh god, yeah, the research tree. Didn't mean to press this, but there's this mod. It's great because I can just, you know, click like way over here and be like, I want Devastator motors, and it automatically queues everything up. Then I can say, after that, I want to shift click, get worker suits, and then advanced explosives, and then the ship cryptosleep caskets, and there you go. But I don't want any of that. What I do want is, I think, basic climate control first. Well, maybe mending. Maybe mending first. Nah, basic climate control. We'll go with that first. So, right, I'll be back in a moment. For the most part, I think I got everything set up. We're gonna call this little, I don't know. I was gonna call it an alcove, but it's quite large. Whatever that is, we're gonna call that home. Because it's defensible, it's, I don't know, maybe it's got a steam geyser in there somewhere. I can't really see anything while paused. I'll have to resume and see if I can find the steam. But yeah, there's something down there. But it just seems like an okay little spot. It's not the greatest size-wise, but we'll mine into the mountain a little bit, and I'll have some inside and some outside. So we'll do it that way. But just a steel wall here. This entire area is set for roof and cutting, and it is just a zone for literally everything on not critical, but still important. So that. Huh. That might just be for hauling to stack. Not sure. But that's what we're doing. There's a bunch of steel up there already too. 720 of it that just sort of spawned there. And then there's berries and stuff that we can get and some hill root. Yeah, it's pretty nice. It seems like a pretty cool biome. Some petrified wood right next to us. Not too sure on what precisely we can do with that. New to a whole lot of things here. It's a whole new game. Our colonists are as follows. We have Last Archangel. Feel free to pause and look over to see who you are if you want the details. Scotty. And Ronzilla. And again, these are just the Patreon reward, the name in game that I've been doing. I randomize the list for every series that I do, and I get your name in there somehow. And if I need meat for our warg, there we go. There's Megasloth. But I guess I'll quickly run you through what I've got going on here. While they... Right, we need to equip. Oh, God, I'm forgetting. I guess, Scotty, you're more melee, so have the plasteel knife. And... You're a quick learner, so I guess have the revolver, and you can have the rifle? Coordinated doesn't really help with shooting at all. Yeah, right, have the pistol and you have the rifle. Okay. And our work is set up for training across the board. So, work-wise, I've got the work tab mod on. So if you ever get the work tab mod, by default, I think it has the vertical text on. You're going to want to go into mod options through hugslib and turn that off because it's difficult to read. You also never want to hit this button here because that's a goddamn mess. What you can do though is control click on, let's just say, cleaning. And it breaks it out into the subcategories. You can see what the subcategories are by hovering over where cleaning is, or you can just look at them one at a time. Totally fine. That's that. If you see the little icon there on the top left, that indicates that they're doing some of the things within that, but not everything. Like, you can plant the stuff. Everybody can do that, but when it comes to harvesting, only the grower does it. Also, I suppose sow orchard, you guys can both do that. That's fine too. Orchards are just the I don't think any of them spawned naturally. Things like apple trees. You could chop down the tree, the primary resource for wood, or the secondary resource and get apples. That's what that's all about. So I presume you are hauling up. No, we didn't haul everything. Y'all are doing plant cutting now. Bring up the medicine. And I try to see what else we got. Scotty? Yeah, I don't know. I'll just have Archangel do it all. You guys are both cutting oak trees. I got the Moody mod up here. I'm not too sure about this mod. I may or may not get rid of it just because it's just extra tracking going on. I don't know. I've got it minified. I figured that's something that people could just kind of look at and glance at while playing or while watching. I can't really stare at it while playing very much. But it gives you a really good rundown, nice at-a-glance information. I don't know. I'll leave it on this. Maybe gives you guys something to do, and I could actually go into options and make that a little bigger. There it is. Moody show settings. Tiny mode. There you go. It's a little more readable now. Yay? Nay? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about this mod. It seemed like one of those would be really cool. Back in the day, it was basically this, I think. But that was, well, added in naturally, so... So, while they do that, let's go ×2 speed here. Running fine. ×3 speed. Running a little choppy. Not too bad, though, actually. That's totally fine. Volcanic Fields runs pretty bad then. It might just be that. I wasn't sure if it'd be the biome or what. So, let's go with... There's a few things that I need to do first off. And I don't know what to start off with. No. Let's go with the latrine first, how about? Because I do have the bad hygiene mod on. And we need toilets and showers and stuff like that. But to start off, the easiest way to handle all that... Back down here. No, you forgot your queue. That's annoying. Please haul the wood. Please. Let's just do a really basic thing here. I guess we'll put it Man, I don't know. There's stuff everywhere. There's no good spot to put things. It's just really small. Like, really small. And this will be hygiene. Just the latrine. It's just a hole in the ground, basically. And a wash bucket. It is so medieval, but for the time being, that'll be okay. What I need to do down the road, I haven't really messed with this mod very much. I just looked over it and saw, but we need a water source, which there's not a huge amount directly near us. We'd have to like mine our way over to some. There's a bunch under the mountain. Look, oh my god, look at that. I mean, there's a little bit there. I don't know if that'll be okay or not, though. But we need to collect it. We need thermal store, a electric boiler, or a solar heater. Or I think the solar heater and the boiler can work together and get it done quicker. I'm not really sure. Water being water, I'm not sure if that would actually work. I don't know. All sorts of stuff that we gotta do, and then we gotta pipe it and bathtubs and showers, and that'll be a nice little side busy project type thing to do, along with the temperature mod that I've got, the centralized whatevers, which we have to research a bit of. That's basic climate control we're doing first off whenever we get around to it. But yes, lots of stuff. Whether or not I like it, I don't know. We'll find out. Looks like they're finally done doing all the plant chopping, so I can set up growing areas now. I have no idea where the rich soil is. Looks like we have some up here. Worst case, we hit lichen covered dirt. That's totally fine. That's also 100% fertilized. So basically this entire area will be okay. So the rich soil that I can actually see there. We'll do, I'm still gonna do rice. There's a bunch of new stuff because I have the vegetable garden drinks and a gourmet installed. So you can see there's just so many things. Pause real quick because she's already working on it. Probably rice, though I am tempted to go for wheat because I saw a wheat mill in there. 4 days growing time, can be milled into flour. And with that, milling stone requires some stone blocks. Can I deconstruct any stone structures somewhere? Yes, I can. The slate wall. Do it. We'll see if I can make a slate milling stone. I don't see why I couldn't. But that would give me then flour, which I could use at the oven for baking. Yeah, go for wheat, but I am going to also do something safe. Safe-ish, anyway. We'll go with rice. So we got wheat, rice. I can't see my zones at all. Oh my god. Note to self. Find the mod that allows me to change the zone colors and saturation. That'd be just swell. Okay, one more. Basically where Scotty's back is. Okay, that's where we're going with this one. Okay. This we'll do, I think, smoke leaf. Yeah. Smoke leaf. No. Heel root. Ideally heel root. Do we have the growing for that? Yes. Okay, Ron can do it. Okay, so there we go. Rice, wheat, heal root. It's a lot of heal root. But heal root's a really good thing to have, so I'll go through with it. There is also barley I saw in here. Does that grow quickly? 7 days. A bit longer. Immune to blight though. Well, yeah, they spelled immune wrong, but yeah, immune to blight. Used in cooking and for making ale. I'll leave it at that. And our warrior can just eat the rabbits and such for now, because I can't be bothered to put up a butcher table and all that right now. So while you do that, we'll work on... They're already on top of that. We have plenty of wood, 547 wood. So there should be no problems there. Do I need an alcove in there for a little bit of light? Must be placed on a wall. Oh, like that. Oh. I see. Light's not in yet, so there we go. We'll do that. We'll see how that goes. Okay. Who's still doing construction? Last Archangel, maybe. You're still hauling stuff, though. How you doing? Generally fine. We got bladder and hygiene now. Man. Cutting hazelnut tree. Yeah, let's construct. Yeah, Archangel and Scotty, but you're both. Everybody's on growing 1. Oh yeah, because everybody's set to south. Yeah. Okay, let's reverse this. Yeah, let's undo that for now. Later on, maybe. I got to get stuff built. I just figure, you know, planting the crop doesn't. You can't really fuck up planting the crop, can you? So why not? Alright, yeah, we're back at it now. So I can do sort of bedrooms, which, if we're doing growing up there, then I want the kitchen nearby. So kitchen and dining will be up here. So we'll set up something over here, I guess, for houses. I would like to sort of maintain sort of a city street type thing, so if maybe one day this becomes a storage room. I don't know, I forget the dimensions of the trade beacon, so I don't know. This is all due to change. We'll throw buildings here for rooms. And I do have the mod where colonists don't need quite so large bedrooms, because they're a bit ridiculous with what they want, and I've always disagreed with it. Yeah. Oh man, chandeliers. Can be hung from the ceiling over most objects. Ooh. Oh no, you gotta have the roof though. Okay. Are you beautiful? 10. 20 and 40. 30. Alright. Although, of course, if you were to do like silver or something insane, 72. Yeah. Okay. Don't do that. Some prayer pillows. Okay. One day when we get cloth. Okay. For now, just beds. Quality builder. Let's go, right click, not left. Ideally good or better, but let's just go normal for now. I don't want to be too picky, just as long as it's not awful. That'd be good. Alrighty. And just in case we need it, the animal sleeping spot can be there. First night, haven't done a whole lot. I don't even know if we got everything hauled. No, we didn't. There's still the wood down there. When you're done sleeping. Okay, how much is there? 172. So there'll still be a little bit left afterwards, but oh well. All right. Day 2, I hope to have bedrooms done.